All right, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Bergeron here. Let me make a couple quick checks here, guys. Just want to make sure we're going live here. Yeah, okay. For some reason, it didn't seem like it was working there for me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Bergeron talking real estate here. Another wonderful Wednesday in this September in the beautiful, great state of Michigan. And since we are talking about the great state of Michigan, before we get in and going, let's find out where you are tuning in at. Ladies and gentlemen, where are you tuning in at? Are you tuning in from the wonderful beachy shores of Muskegon? Are you in Dearborn Heights District number 7? Are you down in Monroe Temperance, Michigan? Where are you tuning in from, ladies and gentlemen? Put it in the chat if you would, please. Steve Kreitz in the house. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I'll give you a minute or so. Where are you tuning in from? Where are you watching this from? Just got home from Mackinac Island. That's my good friend Zach Wilkowitz, because I know him and his wonderful fiance were there. Chris Wojcinski in the house from D7. Holy smokes. Well, I'll tell you guys, today's show is episode 136. So way beyond the 2-year mark now. What to look for when you're looking. What to look for when you're looking. So been showing a lot of house lately the past few months. Definitely wanted to give a perspective of what I as an agent look for when I walk through a house. Because it might be a little different than what everybody else. Go Blue, what a game Saturday. Absolutely. So let's get on that one. Hey, Pat, how you good? Good to see you. Good to see you. So as a curious reader that I am, first of all, I went and watched the intercollegiate Michigan football game on Saturday. It was a balmy 90 degrees out there. I probably have some summer still on top of my head a little bit. So that is that. My question to you folks is, if you are Michigan fans, are you going with my good friend J.J. McCarthy or Cade McNamara? Which one? The big controversy at the University of Michigan. Which one are you going with? Throw it in the chat. Are you going J.J. or are you going Cade? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. All my Michigan fans. If you're a Sparty, you can weigh in too if you'd like, but I just want to throw that out to you. Watch from Oceana Street. Now we're talking. Woo! Oceana in the house. Allen Park, Michigan. I'm loving life there. I'm telling you what. Meg's good to see you. Good to see you. Shelly Gambino in the house. All kinds of D7 representatives here today. So in the chat, guys, tell me, J.J. McCarthy or Cade McNamara? Chris Wojcinski says J.P. McCarthy. Yeah. A little different one. That's a different guy. So Chris Bergeron, J.J. is the man to beat. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Facebook user who I think is Zach Wilkowitz is going JJ. So lots of JJ fans, as I expected. Please don't forget Cade McNamara took him to the college playoffs last year, but JJ was fun to watch last week. He's going to be fun to watch this week at the night game. So night game, they're playing Hawaii. No hula girls, because I get in trouble if there's hula girls there, so definitely can't do that. All right? All right. So, guys, without further ado, my good friend, Love Michigan, not too sure on the QBs. We'll see, Kath. We'll see. We'll see. So Mike McLaughlin is working his way back to us here, ladies and gentlemen. Magic Mike. Let me give him a second here to kind of get situated, and we'll get him on there. I think we got him. I think we can make it happen. Mike, I'm coming to you now, sir. Let's see what you got.
Hey.
Oh, I got nothing.
How's it going, Scotty?
Now we got something going on. Michael, good to see you.
Some camera issues today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So, Mike, tell me that story. I think I saw and I've seen. I've been looking around a little bit. Mortgage rates, they're forecasting to kind of stay where they're at for a while, hey?
Well, I can only go by typically when you have an increase like this, you have about a 12 day. So and the increase has been going on for about 8 months. So we're really from seeing rates return to what would at least be considered the people who have obtained their homes during this last 8 months. I think that from what happens historically in 6 to 12 months, we're just going to react to everything that's been done to combat it, because inflation is some inflation. The trick is that these things, the actions, maybe actions we won't know for several months after those actions are taken. Just like we did before, put us in this high inflation environment. And obviously nobody is on the other side of the world in Russia as far as being able to forecast what our economy wild card to throw everything off.
Gotcha.
You know, in my imagination, we would have been skirting high inflation. We would be dealing with it. We would be tenuously in trouble, but I control that just really affected the world's supply of gas, natural gas, and oil.
So, Michael, a couple of things. One, it definitely, you sound definitely different. So whatever microphone you're using, you sound a little different. Why don't we do this, sir? Throw the mortgage.
Oh, I'm on my phone right now.
Okay, that sounds a little better. So tell me, what's the mortgage word of the day?
Up a word of the day today, and instead I put up, let me see what I put up. I can't really share it. What I put up today, and you'll just have to go to just talking about having a loan officer to do the math for you. Might be able to afford to do when purchasing a home compared to what you're doing now. You can't just say, you're paying $1,200 a month for rent. You're not going to be able to look at a house payment might be for you so that you can make that comparison and deciding whether you want to purchase a home. Also do the math. That's what we're here for. Give us a call,
Michael, I do that all the time. I tell people all the time, I tell them, hey, if you find a house you like, call Mike McLaughlin. He'll break it down for you nice and easy. Hey, before you go.
Yep. That's right.
Before you go, lay on us, what would you have for dinner?
Oh, we went, do this one of the first couple of weeks of school, break out the old meatloaf recipe because it's like fall food for the wife who's back in, teaching and the son who's back on.
Gotcha. All right, Michael, listen, we will let you go, sir, and I will see you next week, my friend. Talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Good talking to you.
Bye, bud. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike McLaughlin, I tell you what, that guy's something else. So I want to talk a little bit about, and the whole rest of the show is going to be about a couple things. One is home tours or showings, right? So if you were going to look at a house, right, where would you start? What room, what section of the house would you start? Throw that in the chat for me. What room of the house would you start in? Tell me what you think. What room would you start in? Or what part of the house would you start in? I'm just curious to see what you guys come up with because I have some specifics myself, but what room would you start? If you're looking at a house, you're walking through a house, where would you start? Throw it in the chat for me. Shelly says kitchen. Yes, that's exactly. I like that one. Front door. Well, yeah, the front door. Yes, the front door, living room, the heart. Well, I like that. The heart, the kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen. All right. Where else? What do you think? The kitchen. All you wonderful ladies are telling me the kitchen. Megan says the basement. I give you about 10 more seconds, guys. Where would you start? Wherever the front door takes you. That's very literary. Oh, wherever this trip takes us to. Yes, wherever we go. So I'll tell you, guys, and I'll walk you through this too. I typically love to take clients to a basement. That's exactly right, Kath. That's exactly what I'm getting at. I typically take clients to the basement. That's where I start usually because basement tells you a couple things. It definitely tells you how old the house is, one, and two, it'll show you things the rest of the house will not show you. It'll definitely do that, okay? Wherever the TV is. Oh, yeah. All right. So this show, the big deep dive for us is what to look for when you're looking, things pros look for during a showing. Now, I want to give you my things that I look for. I'm going to give you my things that I look for, okay? The things that I focus on most. And it's funny because I'm a little biased for where I grew up. That's one. And two, I just have done this for a long time now. Okay, so here are I'm going to come up with 5. And some of them are going to make some sense, and some of them I'm going to explain a little bit to you for. Okay, so the very first thing that I look for, the very first thing, and Megan will attest to this too. I'm always looking for water. Always in a house, especially if it has a basement or any kind of crawl space, especially basement. I'm always looking for water. Always. Okay. Things you do when you walk through a basement. Yep, absolutely, Steve. You're 100% right. Things I do when looking for a basement, places that you looked at, even folks that flip, don't think about. All right. First, you look at the back of drywall. If you see water lines on drywall, they had water in there. Okay. That's the first place you look. Second, you look at there's cracked tile on the floor. If there's cracked tile, especially a smaller special style tile that's cracked, water is sitting on it. Third, you go into any kind of storage area. You go into any kind of storage area in the basement. You go into like the area, the closet under the stairs, stuff like that. You look there, and then finally you try to look under the stairs themselves. Those are places I look all day for water. Okay, those are places, mold baseboards, but usually folks are going to clean that up. So that's first. Now, here's what I assess when I'm looking at it, or I try to. I tell people the same thing. If it's obvious they had a lot of water, they had it a lot often, okay, that like twice in 20 years, that's usually pretty prevalent. Like you can usually see dark water stains, things like that. That's what you're looking for. If it's something that happened once or twice, you might have a water line somewhere, things like that, like a small, faint water line. All right. I never can tell folks really if it's happening all the time. I can't. It's a hard thing to assess. The best way to do that is get a water infiltration specialist, waterproofer, something like that, to come look at. Okay. Waterproofer themselves probably going to try to sell you a waterproofing system, but water infiltration expert, that's who you're looking for. Okay. So that's one. The first thing I do is always looking for water. All right. Now, is there causes you can solve pretty? Yeah. There's causes you can solve, right? My girlfriend, we just put dirt, changed the grate outside, and all of a sudden she had no more any kind of moisture anywhere, anything like that. I've seen that done a bunch of times. So biggest thing is grade, downspouts, those kind of things. All right. So that's easy. That's one. Okay. The second thing that I look at is having looked at a lot of houses, and I looked at when I bought my home, I look at size of rooms. Okay. And I know that's not a great, a real specific thing, but I look at size of rooms. I think of it this way. I look at, okay, can you have a group of people sit here comfortably? Like whether it be a living room. I love a living room, family room combo, like living room in the front, family room in the back. I love those, right? So look at those and the bones. The people call it the bones, right? I look at the bones of it. Is it something that you can update or make some change, some changes, but not ridiculous changes to, and make the house more functional for you? I mean, that's my second thing I look at. I look at size of rooms. And I'm not talking about size of bedroom. I'm just talking about size of rooms that you're going to use a lot. Kitchen. Like I was at a house yesterday with a client that they love to be out in the woods. The one had everything was great. There was a beautiful, like a 3-season room, elevated and things like that, walkout basement, all that good stuff. But the kitchen was small. And a lot of times kitchens get cut in or boxed in by those floating cabinets or those cabinets they have that are right over the countertop. A lot of times that makes that kitchen small. So ladies, I hear you loud and clear. Kitchen, important room in the house. Okay, is important. Possible changes. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Making changes, things like that. Kitchen, probably one or two most important room in the house for most people because they want to be able to cook their meals. I think that people overestimate how much cooking and entertaining they do, but they definitely kitchen important room. Okay. Definitely important room. So third thing I look for, guys, I look at cement. I look at cement, especially garage floor cement. I look at cement walking up or like the driveway walking up to it because that's a huge ticket item. Okay. That's a big ticket item, right? Cement, one, hard to get somebody to come out and do it for you first because cement contractors are tough to get a hold of a lot of times. And then two is are there big, huge, uneven cracks, right? Hairline cracks or cracks going through cement, not that big a deal, but when they start to shift and they start to see tripping hazard kind of stuff, yeah, Chris Bergeron's right. Kitchen's a gathering place. That's true. Right? So, but yeah, cement. That's what I look for. My third thing that I look for. And guys, think about costs. We check out roof and windows. Yeah, think about costs. Waterproof in a basement or water damage in a basement, you're talking big money. You're talking 5, 10, 15, 20, $25,000 lots. Okay. So that's a big number one ticket item. I know size of rooms is more personal preference and what you want to do with the house. I get that. But third, cement's a big expensive cost. It is. And then Kathy, I go right where you go. I go roof. That's the next place I go because roof leaks, old roof, tear off roof, replace roof. That's a big expense too. So far I got any kind of possible water damage, size of rooms and possibilities there, changes there. Cement. And then number 4 is roof, right? Windows, I look at windows, but I don't look at windows as intensely as I look at the other items, we talked about, okay? And then I feel like a lot of my tours is dissecting things. For number 5 is to show people possibilities. What if you did this? Okay, what if you yesterday the kitchen? If we were taking the cabinets down, some of the floating cabinets down, and then taking the kitchen and the almost like little sidebar area together, that'd be a nice big kitchen. Can we change it to fit what we want without too much cost to it? That's the other part of when I walk through a house. And it depends. That one, the 5th one, guys, depends how handy or willing to do work the clients are, right? How handy or willing to do that. Like if I'm walking through with somebody who's a contractor or does a lot of repair work and stuff like that, they can do all kinds of stuff. They can do all kinds of stuff for minimal cost. It's just sweat equity, right? I walked through a house last week with my cousins, and he is a contractor, and he was like, I can do this. I mean, I just rattled them off what they could do, right? So that's a lot of it too, because sometimes the bones are great. The possibility is what you're looking for. I know that in this world of move-in ready, I want it to be ready right now. A lot of people can't see possibility, but you got to be able to, especially with the type of homes we're seeing on the market these days. So those are my big 5 things, right? Those are my big 5 things. I guess a bonus one, a 6th one would be, is there fun stuff? Is there fun areas you can entertain and have fun in, right? Whether it's a big yard, like a big privacy fenced in yard with a patio deck, okay? Or a big basement, or some kind of a big sitting living room, family room area, something like that. Those are the kind of things I look for, right? Those are the kind of, and like I said, when I bought my home, I looked for a long time. I looked for almost a year, right, before I bought and got those big things that I wanted. So, what other things, guys? What other things am I missing that you think that are important when you're looking at a house? Tell me in the chat. What are the things that you would look for? What are the things that you would look for? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What are things that you would look for when you're looking at a house? Throw those in the chat for me. What kind of things would you look for? AC. Sarah says AC. You know what's funny is I get that one a lot. And I guess the only thing I look at sometimes is if it's got a furnace, most times, 9 times out of 10 is going to have AC, but you can add it in. The only time when it gets really goofy is if it's boiler heat. Because people aren't familiar with boiler heat. They're like, well, how do I put the AC in? Well, you don't have any ducts or anything. So I would agree with you on that point. Steve says land. See, that's like the new buzzword for 2022 is land. So 2021 too, that land is the big thing everybody's looking for. So they're always, but understand too, if you look at a big house, like let's say you look at a 2,500 square foot home or 3,000 square foot home, and you take that home and put on some land, you're paying big money for that. Just know that going in. So something that a lot of folks I don't think take into account that much. So, all right, guys. So let's do a little of this or that. Now, it's all going to be based on showings and things that deal with showings. So I just want to get what you think. And if you don't have a really big opinion, it's okay. Make a guess what you think was better. Yeah, exactly. I agree, sir. It had all kinds of possibilities. Definitely did. Definitely. And the trees probably were the one that did it. All right, guys, this or that. Number one, which would you rather have? Thursday night showing or Saturday morning showing? Which would you rather do? Thursday night showing or Saturday morning showing? Which would you rather have? Put it in the chat, please. Which would you rather have? Thursday night showings or Saturday morning showing? Neighborhood surrounding areas and how those houses are kept up. Yeah, yeah. If there's a how the next door neighbor's got his car up on blocks right next to you. Yeah. Sarah says Thursday night. Chris Wojcicki says Thursday night. Holy smoke. Saturday morning. Shelly says Saturday morning. What do you think, guys? Thursday night showings or Saturday morning? What do you think? And by morning, I mean like 11. I'm not talking 9 o'clock in the morning. Which would you rather have, guys? Saturday night showings Thursday night showings or Saturday morning? See, he says Thursday, Saturdays for football. Yes, it is. Chris Wojcicki says, or Chris Bergeron says Thursday night. Kathy says Saturday. So I'm going to give the lead to the Thursday night showings, but just barely. So that's the first one. This and that, number two. Would you rather look at 3 houses or 6 houses in a tour? Would you rather look at 3 houses or 6 houses? I'm going to push you on and see what you think. Would you rather look at 3 houses or 6 homes? Okay, this or that, this or that, this or that. Which would you rather? 3 homes or 6 homes? Shelly says 6. Sarah says 3. Chris says 3. More time. Okay. Chris Wojcicki says 6, please. I'm quite picky. Kathy says 6. Steve Kreitz says 3. So we're at dead even. So somebody else break the tie here. Break the tie. There's Megan says 6. There you go. Megan says 6. Unless they're way up in the thumb or something like that. Then we might be looking at 3. All right. So 6 houses wins it. 6 houses wins it. I tell folks this, guys, that we only looked at one, but you're darn right you only looked at one. I look at it like this. If you don't look at least 3, I always tell folks, you have nothing to compare to. Even if you look at 2, it's real hard to compare one to the other, and that's it. Okay. When you start looking at more than 6, you start going, well, the houses are blending together. I don't know which one it is. You start doing that stuff. Okay. So I would probably tell you 5 is my sweet spot. 5 is a spot where you see plenty of houses, but that 6th one, all of a sudden you start going, I don't remember what house it is. No, that's what starts to happen. All right. All right. Last one. This one is a realtor type one. I'll give you a good story on this too. So this or that, number 3, a digital lockbox or old school combo lockbox. A digital lockbox or an old school combo lockbox. Which would you rather? This or that, this or that, this or that. Which would you rather? Digital lockbox or old school combo lockbox? Which one would you rather? Put it in the chat, please. Let's see what you got. All right. Sarah says combo. Chris Wojcicki says digital. What do you think, guys? Digital lockbox or old school combo lockbox? Which would you rather? Shelly says old school. Chris Wojcicki says old school. Candace says old school. I guess the first one. Steve says the digital ones. Give you about 10 more seconds. What do you think? Old school or digital? Take that back. Digital. Okay. So I will tell you a quick story from yesterday. I was out in Brandon Township. I want to say maybe even Groverland Township. It's up that way, up by Ortonville and that, showing clients. And there was a digital box. So here's how a digital box works. What happens is you punch the enter key on the digital box. It clicks to Bluetooth to your phone. Your phone takes a picture to make sure you are who you are, and it opens. Sounds very simple, right? Guess what? No signal or very light signal. I sat in front of that box for about 3 or 4 minutes, and it couldn't figure out. It just kept, scrolling or circling over and over again. A little hourglass action. So I finally went walking around asking. There was somebody on the property. I said, "Hey, are you the seller?" He's like, "No, I'm just here fixing up a car or something like that." So I couldn't. So it took me a while. I even called the lockbox company to get it going. But so definitely, I'm way more in favor of old combo lockboxes these days because they're just easier. Now, the only difference is a combo lockbox. Like if you're a seller, a combo lockbox is going to be So everybody knows the combination. Once they know the combination, they know it. A digital lockbox looks at the agent's face and make sure that verifies them face wise. So that's the difference between the two. In a rural area, I probably would tell you digital lockbox probably not a good idea. So maybe not a good idea because I definitely was walking. I'm like, oh, this is gonna look pretty stupid pretty soon. So, all right. So the time in the world where everybody can't wait for. What realtor see? Contestant number 1. It's kind of a mix and match of stuff, of just interesting stuff that I saw. What your job to do, guys, during What Realtor See is to put a caption in the comments. The best caption for the picture wins a chance at millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket sent to you directly from me and from Talkin Real Estate. So are you ready to win millions of dollars? Here we go. Picture number 1. I will try to make it as big as I can for you, too. Picture number 1. That's what I saw yesterday. I saw this yesterday. Caption that for me. I saw that one yesterday. What realtor see? I saw this picture yesterday. See? There's winners all the time. Winners all the time. Caption that picture right there. Yuck doesn't get it, Chris Bergeron. You come up with something better than yuck. Give me a caption. Look at the ceiling. Look at the top. Look at the bottom. Somebody's asking you, Zach, if you guys walked the bridge. See if you walked the bridge. So give me a caption. Give me a caption for the picture. Look at the top and the bottom. Look at the top and the bottom. What do you got for me? What do you think? Da na 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 na. Na 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 da 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 da. Looks like a garage door dam. Yes, garage door includes garage door dam. Not bad, Kat. Not bad. Not bad. Just a little water damage. License plate heaven. All these cars were in the flooded garage. Bottoms up. All right, guys, you got 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds to come up with your best caption for the picture. What realtor see? And sometimes, guys, it's ridiculous stuff. Like you're like, that's the coolest looking thing I ever saw. Sometimes it's just things like, oh, come on. Come on now. So what do you got? You got about 10 more seconds. What can you come up with for me? Caption this picture. All right. All right. And the winner is the minimizer. Just a little water damage. Just a little water damage. Megan Hopford, you are the winner. Car mausoleum. That's funny. I wish you'd have been on town. I got you. That was a pretty good one. So just a little water damage. There you go. That's number 1. Number two of what realtors see. Again, guys, the rules are simple. I put a picture up of something I've seen or has been sent to me from a showing, and you give it your best caption. You give it your best caption. Number two. This was kind of fun. If I can get to it. Let's see. If I can get to it. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Things realtors see. Oh. Things realtors see. What do you think about that one? What do you think about that one, ladies and gents? What do you think about that one? Put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat. That is a chimney, if you cannot tell. That is a chimney, if you cannot tell. What do you think? Put your answers in the chat. Winner gets the chance at millions of dollars in a scratch-off ticket. What do you think? Just a little. Stack. That's funny. Oh, drunk Mary Poppins. The chimney is straight. The house is crooked. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I give you about 30 more seconds, guys. I give you about 30 more seconds. The Leaning Tower of Bad Design. That one is not Hollywood approved, huh? Cat, that one is not Hollywood approved. You had 10 seconds. What the hell? Yeah, you got to give me something more specific than that. That's just outrage. That's just pure outrage. Nobody will notice. They're going to notice. Oh, geez. Ay. And the winner is Sarah Hankins with Stacked. Because it's definitely stacked. That's about the most positive way you can look at that one. So that's number 2. We got one more for you this evening. What realtor seed number 3? What realtor seed number 3? Let me locate it for you. Hang on one second. There it is. There it is. How about this one? There's that one. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, number 3. What do you got for me? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? I wish I could make it a bunch bigger. That's the best I can do, though. What do you got? What realtor seed number 3? Number 3. Again, you have the opportunity to win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket from yours truly and Talkin Real Estate. What do we got, guys? I'll give you 1 minute. 3 for 1. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Sarah says 3 for 1. What else? What else we got? All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Wild tie. Bonus museum room. Bambi's Nightmare. The game room. That's pretty good. Those are just reindeer coming through the wall. Hey, what are you looking at? Hey, what are you looking at? Got 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. Come up with your very best. Your very best. And I feel like I see this kind of room quite more often than I used to. The one in the middle must have farted. Jeez. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Captain Cordy, Bambi's Nightmare. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right. So, guys, hopefully today we kind of figured out and learned a little bit more about what a Prancer, Dancer, Comet. There you go. What I look for when I go to show a home. I tell people right up front, I'm not an inspector, but I've seen a lot of houses, so I try to look out for people that way. I definitely do. I try to do 2 things. I try to nitpick at things so that they're aware of every single thing I possibly can make them aware of. And then number 2, I also try to open people's eyes up to possibilities. Because I see tons of houses, guys. I mean, tons of houses. So I see all different ways of doing things all the time. So I usually have a decent vision on that. So, all right. So the last thing of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, the after show, I'm going to bounce over to the Facebook group, Talkin Real Estate. I do this at the end of every show. If you have not joined that group, you should pop over there. So I'll give you a little quick 2 or 3 minute inside info and a little inside edition. All right. So I'm heading over to Talkin Real Estate Facebook group. Feel free to pop over there with us, guys. It has been an awesome night. And I am Scott, and I am definitely Talkin Real Estate. See ya.